You're scrolling right now, or you were seconds ago. That small pull in your thumb, that itch to check one more thing. You didn't choose it. It chose you. And a man sitting under a tree thousands of years ago could have told you exactly why. Most people think Buddhism is a religion. Incense, golden statues, monks in robes. But strip all of that away, and what's left is something closer to a diagnosis. A method. A toolkit for figuring out why your mind won't sit still and what to do about it. By the end of this, you'll see your own cravings in a way you can't unsee. But first, we need to talk about a word that changes everything. That word is dukkha. It's often translated as suffering, but that's too blunt. Dukkha is more like a wheel that's slightly off its axle. It still turns. It still rolls. But every spin has a wobble, a grinding, a subtle wrongness you can't fix by spinning faster. That wobble is the background hum of your life. Not just the big stuff. Not just grief or pain or loss. It's the unease you feel on a Sunday night before work. It's the flatness after a great meal. It's the hollow ding of a new alert that promised joy but delivered nothing. The Buddha didn't start with prayers. He started with a clinical note. Life has this wobble. And he named 4 shades of it. There's plain pain, the kind you feel when you stub your toe. There's the pain of change, when something good ends and the gap it leaves behind aches. There's a deeper kind, a low buzz of not quite right that hums beneath even your best days. And there's the big one, the sense that no matter what you stack up, the pile never feels tall enough. Now here's what most people miss. The point of naming all this isn't to be grim. It's the opposite. A doctor who says you have a broken bone isn't trying to ruin your day. The doctor is giving you the first step toward healing. Buddhism does the same thing with your mind. So if dukkha is the wobble, what keeps the wheel from straightening out? This is where it gets personal. The answer is craving. The old texts call it tanha, which means thirst. Not the kind you quench with a glass of water. This thirst grows the more you drink. Think of it like a magnet at the center of your chest. It pulls things toward you. Bright, shiny things. A compliment from your boss. A perfect photo on your feed. The first bite of something sweet. The magnet grabs each one. For a moment you feel full. Then the thing fades. And the magnet's pull doubles. You've lived this loop. You buy the thing you wanted, and within days, you want the next thing. You land the job, and soon you're anxious about the next rung. Each capture fades. Each fading spawns a stronger pull. The magnet never rests. Brain scans back this up. Researchers showed people images of food they craved and watched their reward circuits light up with a sharp spike. But the spike crashes fast, and the brain's response is not calm. It's got to do that again. The loop feeds itself. That's not a modern flaw. That's the engine the Buddha spotted under the hood of every human mind. But here's the twist. The magnet only works if the things it grabs are real and lasting. What if they're not? This is the insight of anicca, or what we can simply call constant change. Everything shifts. Your mood right now is not your mood an hour from now. The song you loved as a teenager makes you cringe as an adult. The app you couldn't put down last year, you deleted last month. Even your cells swap out on rolling cycles. The body you're sitting in is not the body you had years ago. You already know this, but you don't live like you know it. You still grip. You still clutch the compliment, the job title, the bond, as though holding tighter will stop the river from flowing. It won't. The river doesn't care about your grip. And every time you clutch harder, the wobble gets worse. Now, if everything is always changing, then who exactly is doing the clutching? This is the deepest cut. The Buddha called it anatta, no fixed self. Not that you don't exist. You're clearly here, but the Niyun you think of, that solid, stable narrator behind your eyes, is more like a weather pattern than a mountain. It's a bundle of 5 processes all moving at once. Your body, your raw feelings, pleasant, painful, neutral, your labels for things, the way you sort the world, your habits and drives, the push to act, and your awareness itself, the knowing that any of this is happening at all. Picture a river. You call it Ratter the river. But there's no single thing called Haars the river. There's water, speed, rocks, banks, warmth, all shifting, all mixing. Remove any one piece and the river changes. There was never a fixed river, just a pattern you gave a name. You are the same. There was never a fixed you, just a pattern you gave a name. And when you see that clearly, the magnet loses its grip. Because who is craving? Who is clutching? The bundle shifts, and the end owner of the craving vanishes like fog under a strong light. Some people hear this and panic. If there's no self, does nothing matter? The opposite. When the weight of defending a fixed identity lifts, something opens up. You stop taking every slight as a wound to your core. You stop needing every win to prop up your story. The wobble starts to ease, not because you forced it, but because you stopped feeding the thing that caused it. So we have the wobble, the magnet, the river, and the fog. How does any of this become practical? The Buddha laid out 4 steps. Think of them like a doctor's visit. Step 1, admit the symptom. Life has this steady unease. Step 2, find the cause. Craving is the engine. Step 3, confirm the cure exists. People have walked out of this loop. Step 4, follow the treatment plan. That treatment plan is 8 practices braided together. Not a ladder where you finish one rung and climb to the next. More like a rope made of 3 strands twisted tight. One strand is ethics, how you speak, how you act, how you earn your living. Another is focus, how you train your attention, sustain your effort, and sharpen your awareness. The third is wisdom, how you see reality and what you intend to do about it. Each strand needs the others. You can't meditate your way to peace if you spend your days lying and hurting people. You can't just be kind without ever training your mind to stay steady under pressure. And you can't grasp the wobble through reading alone. You have to sit with it. This is where modern science walks into the room and nods. Studies on people who practice this kind of focused awareness show real changes in the brain. Long-term meditators show a far weaker threat response in the region that fires during fear and stress. That's not belief. That's brain tissue behaving differently because of repeated practice. Therapists notice the pattern too. One of the most effective treatments for depression follows almost the same 4-step logic. Spot the pattern, name the trigger. Prove the pattern can break, practice the break until it holds. The results are striking. Relapse drops sharply compared to drugs alone. But here's the part that makes the picture messier. And this matters. Some scholars argue that when you pull Buddhism out of its temples, strip away the rituals, the community, the chanting, the shared moral life, you're left with a thin version, a life hack, a stress app. And they have a point. Rituals aren't just window dressing. They bind people together. They create shared meaning. A person meditating alone with headphones might calm their nervous system. But do they build the kind of deep, lasting ethical life that comes from belonging to a group with shared rules and shared purpose? This tension is real. Mindfulness programs now run in hospitals, prisons, schools, and corporate retreats across the globe. The scale is massive, but scale without roots can turn something deep into something shallow. A breathing exercise before a meeting is not the same as a life built around reducing harm. The tool works. The question is whether the tool alone is enough. And that question doesn't have a clean answer, which might be the most Buddhist thing about it. The tradition itself says, don't take my word for it. Test it. See what holds up in your own life. That's not a dodge. That's the method. You're not asked to believe. You're asked to try. So what changes if you actually try? In the short term, people who practice even basic awareness exercises report less stress and sharper focus within weeks. On a bigger scale, some health systems are weaving these practices into treatment for chronic pain and worry, not as a replacement for medicine, but alongside it. And in the longest view, a growing number of thinkers suggest that the insight about no fixed self could reshape how we handle identity itself, how we hold our opinions, our group labels, our sense of who we are, with a lighter grip, not tighter, lighter. If this shifted how you think about craving, or the self, or even just that Sunday night unease, drop a comment and tell me which part landed hardest. I genuinely want to know. And if you want to go deeper into how ancient ideas reshape modern minds, there's more on this channel built for exactly that. You unlocked your phone this morning without thinking. The magnet pulled. Your thumb moved. But now you know the magnet's name. And a wheel that knows its own wobble is already starting to straighten.